Commission meeting for February 23rd, 2026. Time is 7:02.
Roll call, Pete Lynch.
Here.
David Kirkhaft.
Here.
Rich Dobda here. Patrick Lynch.
Here.
Roger White.
Here.
I'd like to make a motion that we excuse Whit Wardell.
A second.
Roll call, Pete Lynch.
Yes.
Rich Dobda, yes. David Kirkhaft.
Yes.
Patrick Lynch.
Yeah.
Roger White.
Yes.
Can I get an approval of minutes for the January 26th, 2026 meeting?
So moved.
I'll second.
Roll call, Whit Wardell. I'm sorry. I was looking right at it. Roger White.
Yes.
Patrick Lynch.
Yes.
Pete Lynch.
Yes.
Rich Dobda, yes. David Kirkhaft.
Yes.
First item on tonight's agenda is CA 26003. The address is 60 East Waterloo Street. The request this evening is for a new wall sign on the subject property. This residential home was constructed around 1890, had several additions over time, and in 2019 it was converted to a commercial business. Recently it was separated into two tenant spaces, so you have tenant space A on the left, tenant space B on the right. Tenant space B is requesting a wall sign, a hanging sign on the front wall. The sign is proposed at 31 inches by 22 inches. It'll hang from a decorative bracket in the gable of the facade. The applicant has provided details for the bracket and the aluminum sign for the Landmarks Commission review.
Is the applicant present? If you could step up to the podium, please.
I did.
Oh, good. Hi.
Hi.
My question is for Andrew. The size of this sign, is it, it's obviously within regulations, I'm guessing. Did you pick the size of this sign?
I measured my next door neighbor's sign.
You measure your what?
Next door neighbor's sign, Chloe's Spa.
Oh, okay, got it. All right. I'm just wondering if it's going to be large enough to be readable driving by. That's my only concern.
It's probably not. Since it's recessed back, I did have put in my lease, I could put up an A-frame sign when I'm open. So I will have an A-frame sign in the yard part right next to the sidewalk.
Okay.
So that will be visible. That probably will not, but.
Got it. Yeah, I didn't know whether this is, you get drive-by business from this, or whether it's just, this is to at least identify your building.
It's just to at least
Identify the building? Okay, got it.
Is the business next door, where is their sign? Is it outside?
They're not open yet.
They don't have one yet.
Oh, I'm thinking of the
They
spa.
don't have one yet.
Never mind.
The other side is State Farm to the right, so to the other side of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no concerns about the sign.
Yeah, I don't either.
Do you know if it'll be solid? Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. You're a sign expert here, so.
Do you know if it'll be solid aluminum or aluminum composite?
It's supposed to be solid aluminum.
Okay. I would definitely just check on that and make sure that when the aluminum composites are only, when they're just hung, they'll curl.
Yeah.
Over time, so.
Y'all's
make sure
wind
it's
is pretty
solid.
strong too, so I kind of wanted it strong.
Any further questions?
No.
I'd like to make a motion to approve application CA-26-003 as presented.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Roger White.
Yes.
Patrick Lynch.
Yes.
Rich Dobda, yes. Pete Lynch.
Yes.
David Kirkhaft.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Go out
Thank
to your
you.
business.
The next application on tonight's agenda is CA 26004. The address of the subject property is 116 East Columbus Street. The applicant this evening is requesting approval for a new patio and gazebo to the rear of the residential home. This house was constructed around 1908. Our records indicate it's been on the Columbus Street National Register since 1988. There's been only a couple minor applications before the Landmarks Commission previously. However, going through our files, I did see that the applicant did go to Planning and Zoning Commission in 2023 and received approval for a variance for a gazebo on the property. So in my staff report, I have it noted that a variance will be required. You can scratch that, it has already been granted. The applicant is requesting approval to remove the smaller decorative paver patio that's located to the rear of the home and wants to install this larger 28-foot by 40-foot stamped patio. The stamp design is up on the screen. The color didn't photocopy very well, but it's like an earth gray, brownish tone. On top of the stamp patio, the applicant's looking to place a 16-foot by 26-foot gazebo. The gazebo design inspirational photo is located in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. In your packet, the applicant put together information for all the construction details on materials for your review. The variance, just for the Landmarks Commission's knowledge, was to have a second detached accessory structure. The first is the garage that's located to the rear of the lot. So this would be to have a second accessory structure on the property itself. The applicant's here. Do you have any questions for them or me?
Is the applicant present? If you haven't signed in, please sign in.
Andrew, looking at the proportions here, obviously this is gonna cover almost the whole patio, being 16 by 26 on the 28 by 40, I mean, at least half. It's the way it's drawn in here.
It's not drawn to scale.
Yeah.
That was one of the questions I had for the applicant. If you look at this line right here, I had them indicate this was at least going to be 10 feet away, the gazebo from the house. Because 10-foot separation is setbacks for an accessory structure. So they did note that this dimension would be a minimum of 10, but I agree that the scale of it is a little misleading on the size of the gazebo on the patio.
Is the idea that that 16 by 26 is gonna take up that whole corner?
Yeah, the majority of it. We looked at doing attached options to the back of the home, and they have a cellar exit right by that little bump out, and they also have a whole home generator right there, so like attaching a roof structure to the existing home is not feasible as far as a safety standpoint goes. So we added to put one a little bit further out into the yard to allow them to have some covered outdoor living space.
So that little 6-foot bump out, that is the cellar door?
No, that
So-
is a little screened-in room.
Okay.
And like a little back porch, it's not very large at all. Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of it there. Some of that picture that you're looking at, about half of that structure is actually, is like a finished roof area of the back porch.
Okay.
Is that staying or is that going?
I'm sorry?
This, that whole, and again, I'm kind of messed up on scale here.
Yeah, yeah.
Drawing. So is this whole thing gone,
No.
with the
that-
exception of the,
that
what's
is-
the bump out, which is actually a pantry
Yeah.
inside the house?
Yeah, so there is a bump out.
Yeah.
And then there's the rest of the top of it you see is a composite deck material that has a roofing membrane underneath it to cover the screened-in porch area.
And that's coming off?
No, it's going to be.
That's
it's
staying.
going- Yeah, it's the back exit to the home, and it also allows the,
Is that represented on here with this bump out?
I'm not 100% sure on that accurate measurement for
Look
that.
through this drawing.
Because I thought I thought the walkout on the screen and porch ain't very big. So I assumed that was the walkout when I was looking at that scale drawing that I had.
Because the gazebo would have to be 10 feet away from this.
Yeah, and if we have to extend the patio larger to create more space away from the home, we're okay to do that, from a budget standpoint anyway.
So Andrew, we would have to be, according to that 16 by 28 measurement there, we'd have to be 26 feet off of that point minimum for that to work. Does that sound right?
I
You're
would,
saying 16, yeah, 16 feet plus your 10.
yeah, I would need,
Okay,
I
so
would, I would need this survey to be updated to be accurate into what this,
so instead of the 10-foot off of that existing, we would need to go a minimum of 16.
I would need to see what this projection on the back of the house is actually dimensioned as, to be able to make that determination. So this 6 feet is this little roof line here,
Okay,
and then this is, you know, another 8 or 10, then this would need to be updated to reflect the covered rooftop, or second-story deck, I guess we'll call it.
okay.
Well, we would need the second-story deck reflected on here,
And then the 10-inch clearance from that,
and then the 10-foot
or 10-foot
clearance.
clearance, sorry.
And draw it to scale.
Do we have any
Okay.
So,
picture-
yeah.
element pictures of the back?
No pictures were provided with the application.
Now, they do have an existing, as far as the concrete goes, they have an existing paver patio back there, mixed with a sidewalk that is just a brush finish. And we would like to do a mixture of a brush sidewalk back into place and as well as a stamped patio to give them a texture difference. You can kind of see it right there in the picture, it has some chairs and stuff sitting around it.
That's a paver patio, right?
It's a paver patio.
Yeah, and
existing
that's
paver.
coming out.
That's coming out, yes.
Yeah. It's a little dated anyway, the patio is.
Yeah, and it has a bunch of moss and stuff, a lot of upkeep coming up through it. That they want to eliminate that yard work.
Looks like that patio stretches pretty close to that edge of the property line already.
Yeah, it's within 5 feet or so.
And what's the setback recommendation there, Andrew?
For a patio, there are no setback.
There are no setbacks? Okay.
No.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry, for this drawing here, let me go back. Did I hear correctly that this will have a stamped portion and then an unstamped portion? in
Yeah, the unstamped portion
shape?
will be up closer to the house where the existing unstamped is. But the
The what now?
concrete's in,
And so that's not dimensioned on this, where that break would be?
no, I did not put it on that, on the
Why,
drawing there.
could you explain for me and the board again why there would be a section that's not stamped?
Well, right now, as you know, John is vision impaired, and giving him that texture difference would be ideal, so he knows where he's at as he's walking around the backyard. So he knows that he's on the sidewalk that's leading up to the existing screened-in room. And then when he steps off of that, he'll be able to feel the texture
So
difference.
it'll be sized to be a path?
Yes, yeah, it's sized right now to be a sidewalk path, and that size will remain the same. We are not changing that in any way.
Do
We're
you
just-
have any drawings that you've done for them that show what that pattern looks like on a site plan? I think what I'm concerned with, after seeing the scale is off with this, is if the patio is now going out this direction and it's extending out further, then where does the material break start and stop, and the orientation of the gazebo start and stop? Because that,
Right now, it stops right at the corner of that roof line. From that
Okay.
corner to the right side of the property, well, it kind of wraps around in like a round, it's a rounded edge that meets the corner of the home.
okay,
And all of that is just a brushed concrete, like a sidewalk area.
so you would have a brushed concrete walk from about where my mouse is towards
Close,
the
but when you
house.
get to the property line, then you need to be a little bit up further to the street. It's a rounded thing.
I'm talking with the new design?
The new design will mimic the old design that's already there. It will just extend out further. It will replace all the pavers there with new concrete, but the sidewalk, the curved sidewalk that wraps around the side of the house will remain a curved sidewalk. Because there's landscaping there that they want to keep. That's in the existing brushed sidewalk finish.
You know what, I think just for clarification, we just had a scaled drawing of the site plan.
Yeah, I don't think any of us really gonna have a problem with this, but we'd like to at least see, I mean, Mr.
Like-
Craycraft and myself, we did a living out of drawing up drawings that are to scale. I can't really understand what's going on with that, because there's a lot that's missing from the drawing.
Yeah,
So-
the existing concrete's missing, right? Is that what you're saying?
No,
Or just
well,
the,
that's just a minor part of it.
okay,
The sidewalk's missing, the structure's not to scale. You've got the whole portion of the back of the house that's evidently being kept or not kept, because it's not on that drawing, which tells me it's not being kept, but it's just, it lacks information. I'm sure Marshall would like to have a drawing that shows exactly what she's paying for. You know, obviously, John can't see it. I know John and Marshall very well, nice people. We just need more detail on this drawing.
And
Okay.
and also
Yeah.
some rear photos.
some rear
Yeah.
photos of the property?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe just, sketch out in a dotted line where that existing patio is in relationship to what's being removed and what's being built. This doesn't really tell us much of what's being built. It doesn't, because it's not to scale.
Okay.
If John needs help getting this drawn to scale, have him give me a call, and I'd be more than happy to help him. But it could be presented a lot better.
Okay. Do you have any
Okay.
questions on the materials?
I think the structure is fine. Is this all pine
It's all southern pine, number 2
All southern
treated.
pine, and
Yep,
it's
stained
gonna
to
be
match the
stained?
fence.
to match the fence?
Mhm.
Okay, very good.
And the roof will be metal.
The roof will be metal. I have proposed a copper roof in there to match the existing copper that's on the house now.
That'd be beautiful.
It will be quite expensive and very beautiful. However, if there's a cheaper option that we're allowed to do from the commission standpoint, we would like to, look at that as well.
Well, I was just going to
Like, we do
mention
black.
for a metal roof, even for a accessory structure, we still wouldn't allow exposed fasteners, correct? If it were metal,
Like
standing
barn
seam.
siding roof,
Pardon?
like a barn siding roof, yeah, with exposed fasteners?
So it'd have to be
We would not allow exposed fasteners.
No,
so it'd be a standing seam style metal roof.
Correct.
yeah.
Yes.
So is there a problem with maybe going with a black roof like that opposed to like the aged copper? Or with a copper roof? Because the house has slate tiles, I believe.
Yes.
And then the garage roof has a shingle on it, but I don't think that shingle will look good on that gazebo. Not with the brown.
No, I like
not
the
with stain.
metal on a
I
gazebo.
like that, I think the metal would be fine, black would be fine. I just wonder whether it'd be hot in the summertime.
Right.
That would be my only concern about a black
Yeah,
roof.
the copper would be good to start,
Yeah.
but as it ages to match the existing copper roofs on the house, it would be a problem.
Would
I
there
think.
be a fan in that gazebo?
Those details have yet to be decided. I would assume that there'd be at least 2 fans in there to cool it
Okay.
down.
Yeah,
And like a
useful electric.
gas for a grill, has that even been discussed?
Probably no gas. We'll be running electric to it. But as far as like any kitchen top or anything like that for gas grill, fridge, any of that stuff, none of that has been discussed. And we don't even know if they're going to want to put that in with it being kind of closer to the house.
Will the structure be built first and then concrete poured around it? In other words, are the footings going
Yes.
down through the
So
concrete?
our footings will go about 48 inches deep and we'll have about 18 inches in diameter of rebar going through for uplift, for storm.
That's very adequate.
I've built in some high wind areas and
Yeah.
over the last few years, we've gotten some high wind storms and steady wind storms here locally, so,
Okay,
yeah, it's not gonna go anywhere.
got it, yeah. Hate to see a bearing post on
This
a
isn't
concrete,
a
crack it.
This part of the property
Like
is
you should.
elevated outside.
So just to be clear, what we're looking for is maybe some additional photos of,
The backyard.
yeah, the existing enclosed porch that we're talking about, that the dimensions aren't right here. And you said to mimic the old existing design. We don't really know what that looks like, so if we can kind of see some pictures of the existing and get this scale right. Everything else sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I like the concept of everything that's being done. It's just, we kind of need to see how that footprint works
Okay.
with existing sidewalks and everything in buildings that are there.
Now, is there any issues with the commission and like making, like that stamp that was presented, making that like a rounded edge, having some curves to it, or does it have to be squared off?
Doesn't have to be squared off, no.
Okay.
I think you can ease the edges where needed, where necessary. Let's see, is that the structure that's going to have gutters on it too?
Yes.
Okay. And that'll be,
Be color matched to match the roof.
okay, got it.
Well, the design of the, is it half round or is those OG gutters, you know?
It won't be, probably won't be half round, it'll probably just be original, like,
I mean, is that what's on the house? Or the
what's
garage?
on the house is a mixture of gutter types. So you
Okay.
see some round, then you see some traditional in the back.
I see some
But
other things,
up
yeah.
front's mainly round.
Do you know what the garage is? Is that
The
just?
garage is traditional, I believe.
Okay.
I didn't look at it in great detail, but I believe it's traditional.
When you plan on doing this, breaking ground?
We would like to break ground beginning of March, well, not beginning of March, like towards the end of March. Because
End of March?
March is only a week away, but towards the end of March. I gotta get with my concrete guy and get him on the schedule, because he's gonna be doing all the concrete work,
All right.
all the stamped work and stuff like that.
Andrew, it sounds like we probably should just, I mean, not to meet that schedule, but without having proper scale and what we're looking for, table this until next.
You want to
Next
pass that
meeting.
down to Pete? I mean, while the applicant was talking, I tried to sketch
Or is
what
this something we can do
what
when
I
we vote on?
believed he was talking about doing, but again, it's up to the board on how you guys want to vote for this, but I would say that I'm, from a
That's kind of what I
review
see in my
standpoint,
mind.
I'm wildly confused on what's going on.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it really would be nice to have at least a better two-scale overview plan. I mean, looking at across the back of the house, we're at 27.5 feet, and the 28 foot is hanging way off the side of the house there. so-
It's actually 40-foot wide, the patio.
Okay.
It'd be
Yeah,
28
see
foot
across
out,
the top
40 foot wide.
28 deep, so we're probably gonna end up needing to be deeper than the 28
Yeah, they meet
with
that
the size of
threshold
that
of the.
back porch.
Yeah, meet the threshold of the 10 foot.
I mean, that's just like, trying to look at the scale of what he was talking about, but again, I think I'm more so lost where the mix of concrete.
Mix of materials.
Patterns
True.
are. I think at the end of the day, it's all gonna be concrete, but if the commission's concerned about the longevity of the pattern that's gonna be there, I understand the thought process today is for, helping guide somebody through it, but I think, does it make sense otherwise, I guess is what I'm trying to visualize. So my quick sketch is just taking the existing patio area and then growing it in all stamped pattern. I just don't know where that break starts and stops.
You wanna look at
Hopefully-
this, see if this
Yeah.
looks reasonably
Hopefully
accurate
that
to you?
at least explains where my mind was trying
Sort
to
of.
put together what he was looking at.
Okay, no, that's not right.
Andrew, when is our March meeting? What day?
The 23rd of March,
So if we table this,
it'd be exactly a month today.
be a
no
month
pun
from
intended.
today, and that would give him time to, assuming we approve it when he brings back the,
Building
I
permits.
don't have any problems with materials. I think it's great, but where it's sitting is my big issue.
Yeah, I'd like to see the actual footprint of it.
All right,
Two-scale
so that's the
footprint.
concrete sidewalk right there. And this will all be concrete to replace the existing concrete. There's a cellar door that walks out right there. The generator sits right here. And then this will be the break line of the stamped to the sidewalk. And then it'll
So
actually,
all this is staying.
yeah, so it'll actually stop out right in here, will be where our patio starts. So this will be all stamped concrete right here.
This
And
is
then
just
is
yard,
crushed.
this is still yard. Okay.
Yeah.
But
that's
why
Is
they
this
like
existing?
drawing.
This is existing concrete right now. All this is existing
Okay.
concrete, and this is existing paper. So the paper part will come out, and that's all new stamped concrete going in. In a nutshell. Oh, I think that was it there.
Yeah, it was.
Still think I'd like to see a solid drawing of this.
I'd like to see a solid drawing of it.
Okay.
My mind doesn't work in.
Is this Andrew's? I'd like to make a motion that we table application CA -26-004, awaiting a little clearer picture of diagram that's a little more accurate to scale of everything you're doing back here, plus
Okay.
plus some better images of what's in the back.
Okay.
The more detail, the better. I mean, even if you include where existing trees, plants, whatever are there, the more we can see here, the easier it is for everyone.
Okay.
Okay?
Andrew, when will he have to turn that in by to?
By March 9th, 2 weeks from today.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, David Kirkhoff,
Yes.
Rich Dobde, yes. Pete Lynch,
Yes.
Patrick Lynch,
Yes.
Roger White.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next application for tonight's agenda is CA 26005. The address is 40 East Waterloo Street. The applicant is requesting approval to install a new garden shed in the rear yard and a new picket fence for the garden area itself. Up on the screen is a photograph of the residential home. This structure was constructed around 1880. It was used for many years as a commercial business until 2016, where it was converted back into a residential home for the applicant here this evening. The applicant is looking to install a new garden area in the rear yard. The garden area will be separated, from the rest of the property contents by the existing fence. Sidewalk's going to be installed here. An 8x12 garden shed will be off of the back of the lot, and then the garden area will go between the lot and the alley. Just taking the applicant's drawing here, pasting it kind of on the site so you have an idea for the scale where everything's going to be located at. The applicant provided details for the garden sheds, design, inspirational photos up on the screen, but a 3-page document was submitted talking about all of the construction for materials for the structure itself, and then an inspirational photo for the picket fence around the garden area. The applicant has noted that it will be made out of wood. Just for a side note with this application as well, the property owner did receive approval from the Landmarks Commission for a shed of similar size back in 2019. It was just never installed. The shed location has kind of shifted some, but the general photo, inspirational photo is the same as before. Just looks like there's more construction details with this for your review this go around.
Mr. Kalk?
Yes,
How are you, sir?
I'm well, yourself?
Good. So this, is this accurate? This is 36-foot-ish?
It is accurate, it is drawn to scale. You see the top and on the left-hand side, those are 1-foot increments, so the scale is there for you to see. I did not provide grid system throughout.
Looks pretty 50-50 then, parking versus
Yeah, it is 50/50. And then the parking one thing will be either asphalt or concrete, not aggregate as it is now.
What does code say?
Yeah, but-
Just a solid surface for drive, the parking?
Yeah, currently it's gravel, but by all means, if the applicant wants to make it a solid surface, I'm
I
not going
wanna
to tell
clean
them.
up-
But he's not required to.
No, I'm not
No.
required to do that.
No.
How's that, just curious for drainage there? You dip down in there a bit to your property
It's
from the
stepped
alley?
down.
doesn't- Yeah, okay.
But
That's stepping down from the alley to the lawn area, right?
Yeah, but I'm going
Okay.
to raise it a bit and to where it drains better, control it back
Okay.
into the alley. The city just installed a new stormwater not container, but receptor just a few feet from my house with this underground storm that was put in.
Okay. So your plans to fill that in is
Yeah.
to get that drainage?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to come up maybe 10 to 12 inches and
Okay.
it drains to the side, back to the asphalt.
Okay.
You leaning more towards concrete or asphalt?
I'm leaning towards whatever costs less.
Gotta be asphalt.
Yes.
Asphalt probably it is, but I've got to have concrete walks and so on and so forth, so it depends on how much open I
I
make.
just get a price for both of them.
That's,
Yeah.
that's
It's
what I do.
relative on one's going to last a lot longer than the other also.
100%.
so, yeah.
Been doing this for 50 years.
Yeah,
guys.
you know, you know. All right.
The fence is a wood fence?
It is wood,
The wood,
Wood.
okay, got it. Pressure treated post, I'm guessing?
correct.
And it'll be painted, you've got an existing fence, so it'll be painted to match?
Well, the existing fence, yes.
Or is that natural?
That's natural on one side, painted on my side, but I'll paint it all the same color and probably stick with the white so it's all
Okay.
consistent.
Alright. And then building will be white also?
Correct. It'll look very close to what you're seeing there.
I like the building,
Dog-eared.
it's a nice looking building.
Dog-eared tops there to
Excuse
the
me.
fence?
Yeah. The fence exactly as you see it.
Okay.
The roof standing seam as shown
Standing
in the
seam.
picture?
Standing seam, correct.
Well, like we had told our previous applicant that we don't allow,
Aggregate panels.
well, no, for the exposed fasteners.
Yeah, that's an aggregate panel.
Okay.
Will the shed have gutters?
I don't think so. I'm going to have a garden there. I may do some sort of creative collection system for water. I'm not sure. I haven't got that far in it.
At least on the garden side of it? Yeah. Put some rain barrels and use it to water
Something-
your,
I
Will
want it
there
to
be,
It's going to be a unique garden, vegetables, but other things back there.
okay.
do you plan on having the carriage-style doors on both sides like that?
No, probably just on one side. I mean, you have unusable space when you go, too many openings.
So you're
in a way.
thinking maybe on the end there?
Probably on the end. I don't know that. I can't commit to that right now.
I see on the west side, the fence doesn't come all the way to the property line. There's what,
A bump to a
2
foot.
feet, whatever?
1 foot. I wanted the neighbors to be able to get in and out of their car, so I moved it
Okay,
over.
so there's no other fence there?
Mm-mm.
The way I was getting at, I didn't want that dead space of 2
Right.
fences.
Right. No, there's not a dead space there, but I
That's very
want-
generous of you to do that.
Well, you got to be a good neighbor, right?
Yes. Okay. And then in the back, along the alley, that green space there,
Yep.
that's just gravel, I'm guessing?
I had planned on doing some kind of landscaping there, some bushes or something.
Planting, something green?
Something that looks, it's green. Yeah,
Okay.
it's- Trying to dress up the alley a little bit, it's.
Couldn't hurt.
It's in need of that.
Yes. All right.
And did we say the sidewalk was going to be concrete?
It will be concrete, the sidewalk will be.
I think it's a nice, nice layout, nice design, and thanks for the scale drawing, too.
No,
Yeah.
So I see the steps that you have
that's
between.
existing,
Pardon?
that's existing.
Okay.
That doesn't, my sidewalk, as you see, goes to the house, that's already existing up, and it goes up
Okay.
No, I think that'll be a cute building and nice layout, everything ties together.
Do we need to know where the doors are going to be in the shed or not?
I'm not concerned. I've seemed a little busy with two, but like you said, you lose a lot of space when you do that, so. Is there any kind of lighting gonna be on the shed?
There will be lighting, there will be electricity in that area.
Exterior lighting.
Exterior lighting.
So the two doors that I see, is there one, I'm guessing, that lines up with the set of steps, and then one set of doors to the west or to the drive parking area?
The other opening will not be there. It'll be the one directly in front of the steps.
Do you have an idea of what the exterior lighting will be?
I haven't crossed that bridge, but what would you prefer, or is there something that I have to provide as far as code goes here?
I don't know.
It would be a-
I
it would be a
defer to Pete.
standard
I defer
porch
to
light.
Pete.
But something, it won't be ugly, I
I
guarantee
mean,
you.
yeah, we're not looking for like a 400-watt halogen or something like that, you know, to light up the neighborhood.
No, that would be very.
But I know you would.
That would be very irritating.
Just asking.
To say the least, yeah.
It would be residential lighting.
Yeah. I don't have any questions.
I don't have any more.
I make a motion to approve CA 26-004,
Second,
excuse me,
Five.
005.
I'll second that.
Roll call, Roger White,
Yes.
Rich Dobbs, yes. Patrick Lynch,
Yes.
Pete Lynch,
Yes.
David Kirkhope.
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The last application for tonight's agenda is CA 26006. The address is 121 East Waterloo Street. The request this evening is to add half-round gutters to the front porch. Up on the screen, photograph of the subject property. Photo's a little old, but it didn't have snow on it, so I figured I'd use it for the presentation this evening. The applicant is seeking approval to install half-round gutters along the front porch. With talking with the applicant, the front porch itself is relatively flat. It has a rubber roof on it now. With the amount of rain that's coming off, the applicant is looking to have a gutter system installed to kind of direct the water from just sheet flowing off of the front of the porch. Photograph we're put in your packet. This was sent to me later by the applicant, showing the approximate location for hanging the gutter. What was in your packet is a little misleading. The photo is taken a little lower for the gutter hanging. The applicant is looking to do this seamless gutter system that would have these hidden clips inside of the half round and would have the wedges that would anchor the half round gutter to the dimensional trim that's up underneath that roof line. I believe, based off of the photos here, that the gutters would be white in color, and the description says it's going to be a 1/2 inch in aluminum. The applicant did note that their intent was to tie these gutters into the downspouts that are along the house, so the gutters would run back towards the house and then tie into the downs, which outlet, one's right here, and I think the other one may even be at a daylight of the curb. Questions for the commission?
Yeah, I've got a question. Is there enough, hey, Andrew, can you go to that real live picture? Not that one. I mean, can you zoom in on that, like this one right here, Andrew, what I've got?
Oh.
I was just, because I think there's a there's a piece of metal that actually hangs down. That isn't a, yeah. I just want to make sure, or you make sure that there's enough wood or fascia there to nail the gutter into.
They make a standoff clip that goes up underneath. It wasn't a very good picture of it, Dave, but it's got, does this one have an adjustment? Did they show you those specifically?
Well, it pretty well, go back to that.
Well, the standoff needs to be nailed into the fascia.
Yeah.
Right, you can kind of see.
Where the bracket is,
a
and
little bit of a clip there.
Okay.
they screw it in there into the crown molding there in the back. And then there's that tab or whatever is what gives it support for, you know, the weight of the water coming down. But
Mm-hmm.
Usually has an adjustment strap that they trim off. It's got little break points. Once they set it, they break it off. It's not an ideal situation how it mounts to the crown molding.
So this is just a pressure?
Yeah, that one I don't think is probably not what they'll use. I just don't know how that would actually fasten.
Because this is part of this bracket here.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is just like a wedge to stand off on the wall.
So I'm assuming that's just a piece of metal that we see at the corner?
Dave, you're talking about,
And the
Yes.
gutter
Just a
will
trim
go
edge.
over that?
Well, it'll set below.
Go under it.
It'll set and go, it'll go under.
Well, that's what I was gonna say,
Yeah.
as long as it goes under. So there's gotta
Yeah.
be some modifications there.
Yeah, it needs to be set as high as possible because they don't catch as much water.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, I looked at it with the fella, and I know the first picture I sent Andrew, he took several pictures. Well, that's the one that Andrew got first. That wasn't the one that I was remembered when I talked with the fella. So, because he was afraid, and I saw what his point was, that he didn't think it was gonna catch all the water, but that one there shows a better picture of it, so. And, you know, I sent Andrew a letter, I mean, and that's right there, it says, you know, whatever they're gonna do, it will work. And they're from the Amish country, so they have a good reputation for their work.
so Dave, is this that metal drip edge right here?
Yeah.
That's like it height-wise?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's at least 2 inches.
So the bottom, let me go back to this photo here. So the bottom of the gutter would be right in the shadow line, but stick out closer towards the street.
Are you asking me that,
Well-
Andrew?
I was kind of just,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
because there's like that.
I mean, if they're gonna install it and guarantee it, then I'm sure they'll install it properly. But it looks like that will overhang like into half of the gutter.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to slope towards the back there. Is there downspout on both sides, right and left?
Yes.
Okay.
So you'll be sloping it to both
Both
sides?
sides.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be higher in the front, slope towards the back.
No, I'm
Which
all
will-
for
which
the
will
half rounds. I think it'll look nice.
Yeah, it's got the half rounds on it, so, and I like the way that the brackets were, you know, hidden in there, so it's got a real nice, clean look to it. And so, one thing I want to point out, though, I'm not sure if it's white or if it's, you know, like the aluminum color, so, but I would like to paint them if they're, you know, aluminum, paint them white to match the other.
I'd say white to match what's existing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it would look a lot nicer. And,
Did they specify that it's white coil? Usually they make them out of white if it's, yeah.
Well, you know, I'm not sure, I can't answer that, but it's seamless, I know that, but
Just the samples.
I'm not sure if they have that, a half round in white or not. That I can't answer, but But I would like to have it white to match if it's not.
Maybe we should stipulate that in the,
Yeah, writing that down right
to make
now.
it white.
I don't have any other questions. Anyone else?
No.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve application CA-26-006 with the one condition that the half rounds are to be white like the existing.
Second.
Roll call, David Kirkhoff.
Yes.
Rich Dobley, yes. Pete Lynch.
Yes.
Patrick Lynch.
Yes.
Roger White.
Yes.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. For new and old business, still have a vacancy on Landmarks Commission. We've had 4 applications filed for that vacancy, but the mayor right now is currently reviewing them, so if anybody knows someone who wants to apply, it's not too late to get something submitted. I would like to say the more in the pile to choose from is probably better than just, picking someone who submitted just because it's the only one available. Just for I guess a good baseline.
What are the specific requirements for this position?
You have to be a resident of the city.
That's it?
That's what city council deemed to
You
be
have to be a
necessary.
human.
That's
The others are recommendations. That one is a requirement. In terms of other old new business, I'm sure we're going to have a nice healthy year since we're already at 6 applications so far this year. For the zoning code update, I think, Pete, you're on that committee. We are looking to, don't quote me on this, hold me to it, but have the next steering committee meeting the week of March 16th. This will be kind of drafting the new zoning districts and where we're going to propose expanding Old Town.
Good.
So if you want to put that in your calendar, at least kind of tentatively for sometime that week.
Okay.
Can
Once
you
we
share,
get,
oh, I'm sorry.
once we get more dates and times, I'll be able to, the consultant will let you know more specifics, but I know that's the target as of Friday.
Okay.
I don't really know anything else.
Can you share with us the boundaries you're looking at? Or is that for the
I'll-
steering committee to?
Yeah, I would let Pete from the steering committee cover that stuff with you guys. That way it's kind of being channeled through the appropriate focus.
Okay.
But I can certainly be there to help Pete with that conversation if he wants. I just want to delegate.
Okay.
Anything I need to know? Anything I need to know going into that meeting?
No, so this will be kind of module 1 out of the 4 modules. This will be basically, we're rezoning the whole city. So like the focus for your particular position on the steering committee is going to be the Old Town District. We aren't going to have anything drafted yet for like zoning code that regulates what you do in Old Town yet, but at least you kind of see like how that boundary may change and then how we're recategorizing it. It won't be super difficult, but feel free. You can go beyond kind of that limitation to reviewing everything if you see fit.
Okay.
There's not that many people on the steering committee, so if anybody wants to give my 3rd or 4th draft another draft, I'm fine with that. More eyes the better.
Is that where you are now?
Yeah, I'm on 3rd. I'm on 3rd draft. The consultants are going to be sending you the 4th draft of the first quarter of the code. So hoping that it's all working out well, but another eyes on it would be helpful.
So with this rezoning, are you looking then, I'm guessing to include some of the preservation area into the move the historic area into the preservation area? Just expand the boundaries of it? Is that one part of this? Maybe? I
Yes
know
and no.
nothing's in stone yet, yeah.
We can talk about it afterwards.
Okay,
some of the concepts behind it. But I think the idea is to help not only facilitate growth in Old Town differently by using this board, but also preparing for redevelopment opportunities, which this board does not get to see because it's dealing with existing structures. So we're trying to grow it into areas that could be started completely over, if that makes sense. We can talk more after this, but it's really to put a different lens on how architecture is viewed, rather than just our planning and zoning commission that designs new stuff that's new all the time. Because this board designs new stuff that is old. So trying to keep our identity, I guess, a little bit more and grow it. But I can show you guys some of the preliminary stuff if you want to just see it after the meeting. That's okay.
Is there any reason to show them this or not?
You can if you want to.
This is 44 East Mound. It's under construction right now. It's an addition. It's right next to that, the other addition, there on Mound Street, where originally she wanted to paint her house black.
With the black windows.
And all I'm going to show you is that, we talked about this when they went through, the bottom picture elevation shows the existing spacing of the post on the existing porch, and we're going to propose the top. We're just, the addition's going to have its own sidewalk up to it, its own entry.
So it's currently tighter to the window?
Yeah, because that window used to be a door, the door into the house.
That balance looks nice there. Is that the only change, Dave?
Yeah. Well, it's going to, we're going to tear out the
Where you speak here,
existing,
they're making it here?
yeah, we're going
Yeah,
to
it's
tear out the
close spacing,
existing
see how it's
concrete
tight.
walk and stoop,
It used to be
Oh,
double.
And just-
oh, I see.
and just pour a new one over where the new double doors are into the addition.
So it's going from this to this?
Mm-hmm.
I like the new, yeah. I like the, everything being balanced.
See,
Yeah.
Road?
There's a photo of the existing condition on the screen.
Oh, it's crooked. Why is that? Why is that look like it? No, it's because of the way it's stretched.
Google Street View.
Yeah, it's-
And they're taking that
It's like you need-
solid wall out, right? Opening it up.
New column, like.
Yeah, it's gonna be more of a
Yes.
slatted rail,
Mm-hmm.
balusters as opposed to the solid wall.
Mhm.
That's what I was
That's it.
going to suggest, Mr. Boeing, is maybe take that little wall out and open that porch up, but that's not being proposed, so. We did that just across the street here at State Farm Building, made a huge difference, that porch.
You mean just opening it up?
Oh my God, yes, a lot, yeah.
Andrew, with that being a historic house, can he get away with dropping that rail at all? You got that scheduled to be 36 inches, Dave? It looks high.
From grade.
In other words, they need it.
You know what, I got to check the distance from the floor to the grade to see if it's 36 or 42.
And there's 4 steps.
You're talking about, oh, yeah, but
It doesn't look that high.
yard slopes up, the yard slopes up
Pardon?
more. I mean, it looks like you're only 18 or 20 inches off a grade. I'm just-
I'll have to check that.
Yeah. Just wondering if your railing needs to be so high.
You mean 36?
Mm-hmm. Being a historic house with those windows lower, sometimes it chops the window.
Right.
Looks out of place. I think it definitely looks better with porch posts.
Of course, if you tear out the railing, I think it would have to go back, it would have to be code versus just,
Yeah. Sounds about right. Ready for adjournment? I'd like
Oh,
to-
just one last thing, I won't be here for the March meeting. I'll be gone, so, out of
All right.
town, out of country.
Enjoy yourself. I'd like to make.
a motion
go
that we
ahead.
adjourn tonight's meeting.
I'll second Roger's motion.
Roll call, Roger White,
Yes.
Patrick Lynch,
yes.
Rich Dobley, yes, Danny Kirkhoff.
Yes.
People
Time
have
is
sh-
7:55, yes.